Welcome, everybody, to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen, how are you?
High. I think I'm high is what I think. Yeah.
I feel you, dude.
I think I just found an eighth on the ground over there, and I think I vacuumed up a quarter ounce a minute ago. So, yeah, my hands stinks. And
yeah, I feel kind of funny.
Yeah, a little cloud in the air when he walked in here. Holy shit, dude. E had to leave the room.
I think I legit did get when people talk about a contact high, I think I legit, very little, but I was like looking at my phone and it was like just a little funny and stuff last night.
Of course, referring to the Grind Time Boys with Darren McCarty.
Sure. Perfect gentleman, respecting the studio, not smoking too much. You know, it was interesting because it was like, bro, this is going to be a problem because it's so fucking cold out. We can't open the windows. I'm like, that's great. That's great. Just make sure that everything just stays right here. Looks like we're shooting a fucking horror film in the woods when the fog takes over everything. It's like, oh, man. Yeah. I'm sure they had a good time. Anyway, dude, I don't know what to do with this cold. Seriously. Have you ever felt anything like this before?
Just like keep staying inside. What do you mean?
I know, but dude, you open a window, it's like they're talking about getting
Come
frostbite.
on, man. Do we have to revisit yesterday's rant?
Yeah.
It's cold. It's cold. We'll be all right.
Cold.
We'll be all right.
It's the coldest it's ever been in the history of Michigan.
Do you have a coat? Do you have warm
socks? I don't like wearing coats.
Yeah.
And socks.
Come on.
People are dying, Jay. We're losing people. Most of them a little older, so it's like, today might have been the day anyways, with or without the cold. But yeah, 12 people at least. I think that number.
Now, are these real cold-related deaths, or are they ones like we dealt with yesterday, where some dude fell down a stairs, and it's like, well, part of the cold.
It's like that idiot that was like, my son died on 9/11 on a motorcycle accident 50 miles away. You don't get 9/11 credit for that. What's the matter with you? Yeah, if one of these is like, well, it's taken over the Northeast, it's freezing, and my son died in a motorcycle crash in Florida. That doesn't count, but I don't think so. Some people have been popsicled, like in their garage and stuff. So yeah, that counts, I believe. College student found freezing to death. University of Iowa, Gerald Belz, interesting name, B-E-L-Z, was found behind an academic hall just before 3 a.m. Ooh. Not the time you want to, but they said no alcohol in the system. Is that possible?
What?
College student, 3 a.m., no alcohol.
Walking around outside.
Now, he is pre-med, so he might be just one of those really smart guys that, doesn't want to, I won't have any drinking, but 3 a.m. was not the time to be walking around. They believe it was the low temperatures that took him out. Wind chill then was negative 51 degrees. Yeah. Mm-hmm. His family said he was studying pre-med and graduated high school in May. And so anyway, that sucks. 2 people in Detroit died. Police found a guy's body across the street from his home. He was not wearing a hat or gloves and was not dressed for the below zero temps.
Age at the time of death?
70. Another guy was found in Detroit in front of a neighbor's home on Wednesday, and he was
popsicled.
Yeah, he was popsicled up. Proper. Yeah. We have a 82-year-old Central Illinois man who died. He was found by a neighbor several hours after he fell trying to get into his home. So you wipe out. It's one of those falling, I can't get up, and now you just hope it kicks in quick. No one's around.
Remember those 2 sisters? Like a year ago or so ago that fell down.
Died in the driveway.
Yes.
Like 2 turtles on their backs. I forgot all about that, Jesus.
Wasn't one of their cell phones like just out of reach too? And it was just like this perfect storm of horrific circumstances.
One fell, the other one goes to help her, falls. Yeah, it was brutal.
Death.
Just flailing around.
There are so many more ways to die. Like that are like if you told yourself this is how you're gonna die, than the regular quote unquote way.
Like I always think like it's gonna be a shark attack for sure.
Yeah,
right?
But you don't go in the ocean, so it's not gonna be
shark attack, death in a car. I drive so much, I'm probably gonna die in a fatal car accident.
And
not just even that, like
too.
Just those old,
hard to deal with for the family. It's gonna be rough, but you're probably right.
But Jesus, to your point, you're right, man. There's a million ways that you never would consider. Jacuzzi, banging your wife, heart attack, right?
Right the day before your daughter's wedding, and she finds you. Oh,
I want to know.
That's awful. I know. I love doing that with these stories where it's like, here's Nana. She's at the zoo, and a monkey just threw a giant glob of shit on her nose, and it's like, I just wanted to ask her 5 minutes before that happened, like, all right, if you had to guess, if you had to bet, would you be able to make it the remainder of your life without having a giant piece of shit lopped onto your nose, Or do you think that's a possibility? There's no way she could dream that up.
Well, here's the other thing. When you talk about this old man, so he trips, he falls on his stoop or something and dies. And now you have to say there's family. Say he actually has a family and there's a funeral. You have to explain the cause of death. Are you telling me, like, people are not going to be like, oh, my God, that's terrible. And they're not going to go into a circle like, it's kind of funny, though, dude. Like, he fell on these stairs and just.
That was it.
That was his life.
I wonder how
everything led to this, falling down these stairs and just like, oh, well.
Don't you wonder what the thought process is? Because if you're not knocked out and just never wake up again, that's one thing. But when you're just sitting there, helpless,
laying there
helpless, oh, man, what are the odds that some guy's going to come out of his house and see me and everything's going to be okay? Did you see that cat that was frozen on the road that was out there? And not frozen, no. And some dog's like, come on, man, let's go. We got to get you in some warm weather.
Trying to nudge him along.
And this fucking dog is like grabbing this cat by the neck and like dragging him. Someone's filming it.
Oh, wow.
This cat's just like, going through the snow, and the dog's like, no, you got to get into my house, man. It's freezing out here. Took him to his dog house.
Oh, wow.
And then pulled him into the hole. The cat's trying to get away. He's like, no, you don't. Get over here. It's way too cold. Grabs him by the neck.
The doghouse doesn't have any warmth.
Well, it's better than
just
outside
some wood. Just some crappy wood.
I was thinking about the general peroops last night. Just wildlife, right?
Oh,
like God, man, just simple little birds. Or how are they surviving this shit?
I have no idea.
The tufted titmouse.
Oh,
he's not equipped for temperatures this low.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, they probably are. Through generations and generations of evolution have probably figured out how to dig a hole in a tree and hide there.
It's just remarkable, though.
Yeah, it is. Do you see that video? Dog saves cat from cold or something?
Looking for it. I don't know.
Dragging him.
Jesus. Hey, while Isis searches for that and through our Bing process, does your money work as hard as you do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms? How could you know? If you don't have a plan, let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark. Isis, did you have something to say about that?
Yes.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
How many people are going to listen to Consumers Energy and DTE, by the way?
Those bastards woke me up last night, man.
Yeah, did they? What, they send an alert out at like 10:30 or something?
I was all hunkered down, ready to go. I had one earbud in, listened to a boring guy talk, putting me to sleep, and then
Yeah, I didn't know they could just do that. I thought the president had access to that, but they want us to turn down our thermostats and stuff. I was like, no, it's freezing, man. Why would I do that? Like, we'll revisit this in a week, dude. It's like minus 50 outside.
Futile attempt, isn't it?
Yeah, I just wonder how many people are like, okay, I'm going to do my part, because they want you to drop it from like 72 or whatever to 65, and 62 if you're going to be gone for a few hours. It's like too much work, man. You're asking too much of me. They're just hoping everybody will pitch in, and I couldn't help but think like people are going to be like, yeah, they can get it done without me.
Yeah. Somebody else will handle this one.
Yeah, someone else has it. They're like, no, seriously, dude. We could run out of the stuff, and then the whole thing goes down. Yeah. And at that point, we will have wished, like, oh man, I wish I did my part. So they've here's the things you can do: set thermostat to a lower temperature, seal and shut windows and doors, check for leaks. No, so, dude.
This isn't the time to check for leaks.
Dude,
the time.
Take a look at the 10-day. Take a look at the 3-day, dude. It's going to be 46 on Sunday.
Excellent.
We're not taking time to check for leaks.
Okay, so
this will be over soon, gentlemen.
Here's what you need to do when you go home today, Jay. You need to open some curtains during the day, let the natural sunlight in. It'll start warming someplace, but then you got to close it at night because those windows will get chilly.
Yeah. And
then lastly, and we can all do this. So this is an easy one. Use a heavy-duty clear plastic sheet on a frame, or tape a clear plastic bag to the inside of the window frames. Make sure the plastic is absolutely sealed tightly to reduce, infiltration. I'm like,
get right on that, right?
Yeah, dude. Call me in an hour. I'll be wrapping it up by then. Do you know how many windows around the house? You want me to fucking seal them off with bags?
I'm serious, dude. If we weren't looking at Sunday at 46 degrees, maybe there'd be some action taken by some people to comply with the bringing it down to 65.
Yeah.
But nobody's doing this.
Nobody. Hey, it's Big E's day in history today.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to mention that. So that'll be coming up later.
And Isis, I am a visual learner, so don't forget.
You on that, E?
Sure.
Hacienda Health Here, we get some more details.
Dastardly story.
Yep. Nathan Sutherland. I mean, it was so fun last week learning about the soul.
Yeah, what was it? Sleeping Soul
Jazz.
Souls Jazz, yeah.
Sleepless Soldiers is what it is. And Jay read
Soul
that as,
Jazz.
as sleepless Soul Jazz.
Soul Jazz.
Sleepless Soul Jazz.
In my defense, it's written out as one word.
Oh yeah, all caps. Yep. And SLS, I don't know. Sleepless is a word. I don't know why you put the
Sleepless Soul Jazz.
oh
They
there.
just wanted the catchy.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
They're good.
They're tight. I mean, we can play a second of it. You got it queued up there. We can just hear how good this. This is a Christian rap band that he's in.
Lay down your Christianity for 2
Hell
minutes.
yeah, nigga, what? Hell yeah.
By the sound of the rapture, driven by the power of the mighty people's plan.
I think Lil Sis has more game than
For sure,
him. He's
yeah.
just like shake, 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 shake.
He's the hype man.
Yeah.
That's right.
Flav set the bar so high
So
though.
high.
This motherfucker can't come in and play the hype game just going shake.
God,
shake.
I want that job. I want
Hype
the
man?
Yeah, the hype man of a rap group.
You wouldn't have the timing, dude.
No, but
Yeah.
no, but
You'd
you don't
be
even,
2 seconds
you know,
late.
I saw little
You
John
trip
one
coming
time
on
or
stage.
some shit, and he had like 15 people on stage, and 10 of them were just shaking rags around. So I can
Yeah.
do that. I'll just go on stage and wave a towel
Dude,
around.
you'll bump into the other guys and cause commotions. You'll knock a fucking full cabinet over, the full Marshall stack in a head, come tumbling down. It'll be a disaster.
I don't know. I want it. That's my dream job.
Yeah. Well, this dude, Nathan Southern, he voluntarily surrendered his nurse's license. Like, yeah, you guys can have this back. I clearly am not going to be able to be a nurse anymore.
Yeah.
So you can have that.
I impregnated a vegetable.
Now's where it gets interesting. The news came as it was revealed. that-
Now's where it gets
Oh,
interesting.
yeah. Former CEO Bill Timmons
Yeah. Don't bring up a picture of Timmons, man.
has had his own history of sexual harassment allegations.
So what?
Of course he
I
has.
saw that too. That
Look
doesn't
at
mean
that son of a
sexual
bitch.
assault.
That screams
Of course.
sexual
yeah.
assault,
No, dude. Sexual harassment.
harassment, whatever.
I saw that too, and they want you to think like, oh wow, everybody's just
Well-
assalting people. Yeah, he
Yeah,
might
like-
have been like,
yeah, okay,
slap you on the ass, sort of thing.
Yeah,
or
so
made
you want to
some off-color comment.
make clear he's not raping vegetables along with Nate.
I don't know him, but that's not what's alleged. Look at that guy.
It's
God
just,
damn it.
it's just. I just don't know what you do with that.
That
It's-
electric blue shirt.
Yeah, he's hanging on to that thing. It's in every photo. He loves the way he looks in that. And it's got that 90s, just a bit too baggy look to
When
it.
you say you
brings
don't know
out
what to
his
do with
eyes,
it, I
dude.
think that it is fixable on like he's not helping himself by
Dude.
any the haircut,
Can-
the
how-
beard, and the clothes.
He's
like
doing
he
everything
put
wrong.
right.
Well, yeah, but I mean, guys, you know this. We discussed it last week. You could literally take 3/4 of the glasses and get rid of them on the ends until they have eye widening or width
Technology.
widening surgeries where they can take your eyeballs and spread them a good
I understand
inch.
that,
Until then, you're gonna have a problem.
but he's not doing anything
Yeah.
right. Like
to E's point, man, I mean, you could get different frames that close in a bit. That would be the start, because those frames are not helping the eye distance.
maybe not the bangs.
The stupid bangs, the electric blue shirt, the
I think you-
Marshall's tie,
Yeah.
everything's wrong. man. Everything's wrong.
I think you got to lose the smile, dude. I
Yeah.
think you stop smiling.
Smile's creepy as
Smi-
fuck.
It is, dude. If you know,
yeah,
like I
those
said,
front two teeth.
if
are
that guy
like-
was walking down the street in your neighborhood and saw you and the kids go by and went, "I saw your kids at the bus stop this
Yeah,
morning,
no.
Jay,"
You're
like you'd
right.
be like, we got to move.
I never noticed this too. Actually, look at the front two teeth. His front two teeth are like,
Oh my gosh, they're
Bucked
like
up a
little
bit?
bunny teeth.
Yeah,
and then like the rest though,
little,
like
they're
are
little
short.
bugsy.
Yeah, something's
Here.
up with the front two teeth.
Yeah. Do you think any sort of hand placement like this one, or the knuckles on your chin would help, or even just a slight head tilt?
Yeah, head tilt might work, and I agree with you. Get rid of the smile immediately.
Yeah, that's got to go. Yeah, if you're wondering, they said so what he did. Chairman at Hacienda Board Tom Pomeroy stated that several employees claimed that Bill Timmons had sexually harassed them or treated them poorly, and so they said that Timmons insisted that wait, hold on. He denied that, but there was a group of nurses. He didn't remember, this was the thing where he didn't want any violations or of any allegations of wrongdoing in the hospital because federal funding depended
Yeah.
on how your record was. So if you had knocks against you, So this guy was going
Bury
out of
it.
his way to like, I don't give a shit. So they jerk the patient off. Deal with it. Nope, doesn't leave the room.
No. I didn't see anything.
So so after the news of the Nathan, our boy here that banged the chick, forgot to pull out and knocked her up, the vegetable. After that, a former manager alleged that Timmons insisted a previous sex abuse case be covered up. So they got, this is my nightmare, dude. You're out cold. You're on the table, and you got a ring of nurses talking about your dick together.
It happens for sure.
Yeah. They were gathered around a nonverbal male patient. Imagine that guy's just sitting there all Metallica 1 videoed up. And these guys are just going, look at his dick. You know, I don't know what it was, but and then they were talking inappropriately discussing his dick. When the incident was addressed at a manager's meeting, Timmons pounded his fist on the table and said, no one is going to report this, despite being legally required to notify the state. Chicks go, like, I was scared. Bill Timmons has a temper, and we know not to mess with that temper because people get fired.
Do we have a height and weight on Timmons, Jesus? I think that matters. Honestly.
He looks proportional. I mean, really, the key is he 6'3" or 5'7"? I think his power and strength comes from the pen.
Yeah.
He's able to fire you,
His
pink slip
position.
you. Yeah. So other people are coming out.
Here's another angle.
I just want the full picture, you know?
Wait, is that an earring? Is he earringed up?
Is that a standard podium? We get a measurement on the podium and go from there.
Yeah.
Come on. What kind of show prep is this?
It appears to be a standard size everyday
Look at him with
podium.
the mock turtleneck. Look at that son of a bitch. He's doing everything wrong. You're right.
Does he own anything past 2000 even? Like, not even.
No, you know what this is? He's just seen Jobs pull this off with the black turtleneck, and he's like, it's worked for him. I'm gonna gray it up. I don't want to steal his look completely, but that's clearly an attempt to chase success. You know, he's a CEO. Jobs is a CEO.
It's an angle.
Difference? Yeah,
it's an angle.
He's trying. This other woman who's got a kid that's at this hospital, she was like talking about the guy that actually did the raping. She's like, he was so loving, very compassionate, or he pretended to be. I really trusted him. Angela Gomez, she's the mom of another patient. I suspected others, but I was wrong, and he fooled everybody. Never in my wildest dreams would I think that he would be the one. I even told him, I'm glad you're working with my son tonight. It gives me a good feeling when I go home.
Oh.
And now her 27-year-old son is undergoing STD checks.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I know.
What a pickle.
Yeah, you really got to drill down and go, you know what? We can't take anything off the table at this point. And so you've got a vegetable in a chair, and they're drawing blood to do STD checks on him. Oh, my God, that poor mother. So, yeah, she fears that.
If he's a vegetable for life.
Hold on. Get this, too. Mom is like, maybe this is what my son meant when he kept going, monster.
Literally?
Yes. Maybe this is what my son was trying to communicate when he would just say,
maybe.
Monster. It's like, really?
Man.
Your fucking vegetable, nonverbal son is going, he's mustering all the fucking power in the jaw and
That's all
mouth.
he can do.
He's like, I got one shot at this. I don't talk, but monster. You don't think at that point you would go, okay, I don't know what this is, but we're wheeling the fuck out of this building until we figure out what monster
Are you really?
means.
Are you going to make a major life decision based on a vegetable muttering monster? Are you?
Yes.
He could be saying Munster. It could be his favorite kind of cheese.
No, this is not about cheese.
He could want to watch the Munsters. You don't know, Mike. And you're going to pull that kid out of this facility where he's been stowed away for years.
If my son is laying there and he can't do shit for himself and he just goes, Munster,
cheese.
She goes,
Smells
cheese,
delicious.
and he goes,
No, he didn't do that. He can't do that. He can
You
only
know
say
why
one
he
thing.
didn't?
Munster.
She said she didn't even follow. She was like, yeah, what? Do you mean the cheese? Is someone in this place a monster? He's blinking his ass. Blink 400 times if there's a monster in here. Blink 401 if everything's cool. She's trying to keep track.
You're not making a decision, a life-changing decision based on the utterance of one word by a vegetable.
Okay, here's the sentence in the story. She fears he may be the monster her son referenced sometimes when she visited. So this wasn't an isolated incident unless he really liked Munster cheese or the Munsters. I think you got to believe him when he goes, Munster.
I have another question. So he's a full-on vegetable. Let's just say he's not. He's
Nonverbal E. I don't know what his status is, but
Well, he's
He's
non-verbal.
chaired up
and
proper.
He's chaired up
Yes.
proper.
He's in
So-
a full service
So
place.
if he does have an STD, you're gonna like why
What,
even?
you don't think he deserves a penicillin shot? He should just have gonorrhea or the clap? Come on, E.
What are you gonna do
He's
about it
like
if he has
you-
AIDS?
E.
I mean, what
It's
are
a
you?
fair question.
What are you gonna
Yeah,
do?
what do
You're gonna
you do if he's got full blown? Is he
Yeah.
full blown or is he positive at this point?
Sure, whatever.
Well, that's a big
Do you
difference.
treat it though?
Yeah, I think you do.
He's got AIDS.
I'm being serious. Like, do you?
I-
if he has syphilis, do you treat that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it can have
A
long.
shot
It can
of
kill you,
penicillin.
dude.
Yeah.
Well,
and it grows.
He's already.
You just want him to die. Is that what you're suggesting? E?
He's already in this chair doing nothing. He's not even verbal.
So he should just have the herp take over his lip, all over his mouth, and keep spreading
that
because
what
you
would
didn't want to rub a little cream on it.
E, according to
Okay.
Mike, he's able to warn of monsters,
Okay.
and
Monster.
I'm just
sex
curious.
offenders.
Monster. I know. I
So
see
he's
it
a-
growing on your lip.
I was just curious.
So if he's got AIDS, you want to let him go. Just let time take its course.
Yeah, I guess. I'd think the same about cancer, I think.
Hey, all this vegetable talk is making me hungry, gentlemen. And you know what? Hamlin Pub recently rolled out a new menu. Try their new culinary creations, which include Southwest Cobb salad, candied Brussels sprouts, Korean steak tacos, chicken share,
Chevrolet.
or the big brisket sandwich. Or you could start your day with an award-winning Backyard Mary Bloody Mary. Of course, you can get these great delectables at all 5 Hamlin Pub's locations. Those are Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, and the 2 in Shelby Township.
By the way, Mike, I normally wouldn't do this, but all this
Then
talk.
don't.
No. All the talk. I would feel stupid if later I started talking about it and I didn't even mention it. All these talk about STDs. STDs might have to do with this day in history today. Just
Okay,
FYI. So
well
that,
put.
that might be a little.
Hey, maybe I am not a visual learner today.
Blue waffle involved?
It could be technically.
Oh, shit.
Rand Paul.
Yeah, jury gave him a nice little
Yep.
judgment there, didn't
580 grand.
Yeah.
Yep. For some busted ribs. Would you take a shot from Bobby Boucher for
Busted ribs. Oh.
Some high quality H2O.
580 grand? dude?
Yes, I'd take it in
I
a
think I
second.
would too.
I'd take it twice a year.
Dude, if I would lick Elton John's Todger from the base to the pee hole
Yeah.
for $1 million,
That's not
I'd
even close.
certainly-
That's not even a close
Worse.
analogy. No, it's not.
You'd rather suck Elton John's dick than
Yes, busted ribs. You can't even fucking. You're sitting in busted
There it
ribs
is.
hurt,
There's
dude.
the
I
moment. This is
bruised.
the moment that happens every show when Jay just goes, I can't do
I
this.
bruised.
I-
Lightly.
You're
bruised.
engaging in a homosexual sex act
For
versus
money.
getting stuck by
He's
your neighbor.
prostituting himself. This is not for nothing.
But I lightly bruised my ribs last year, and it hurt to breathe for a fucking month. I couldn't get off my bed for a month. And it wasn't sucking
you
a
are
dick.
part
It was
homo.
licking
Just
a
admit it. That's ridiculous.
No,
From
I'm
the
not.
Underside of the base, one clean stroke all the way up,
Just a
stopping at the
lick.
pee hole.
It's one lick, and you get $500,000. Busted
The whole
ribs.
way.
You're sitting there with freaking. You sitting in the hurts
Yes.
to breathe, hurts
Yes.
to eat, hurts.
Yes.
To, yeah,
but I don't have to lick a dick.
Would it be better if he was
100%.
going Fanny and the Jets as you slowly started?
None of that would make a difference to me. The point
No.
is, ribs hurt like a motherfucker.
How fucking weird would that be if you just busted up Fanny and the Jets as you're making your way up the shaft?
The
to the wall?
candle in the wind.
I'd rather
Never
it
knowing
actually be
who to
great.
turn to when the rain set in.
Slow down, E.
No,
Would have liked to have known you, but I was just a child. Your candle burned out long before your legend ever did. I'm at the hole. Can I stop now?
If you're gonna be licking his dick, you might as well be singing one of his hits. I mean,
I think I agree.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
dude, how much does that ramp up the story? Dude, I don't know. He busted into Daniel like right when I got started. It was fucked up.
I'd want to hear Tiny Dancer. I think is what I'd want to hear. So.
There you go. All right. You wouldn't
Hold me closer, tiny
Now,
dancer.
that's a story,
hold me closer, what was people singing? Tony Danza.
right?
Have to do that version.
No,
Hold
for
me
the
close.
record, dude, I'd still rather be stuck by Bobby Boucher. Absolutely.
Hurt ribs.
I'd take
suck.
42% less and be stuck by Bobby
Well, that
Boucher.
wasn't the question. The question was
Dude,
that was the same.
I don't want to agree with E.
No,
but
E, I'm saying I would take less money and still be stuck with broken ribs than lick a Todger.
pneumonia too. Don't
Okay.
forget that.
Well,
I'll take
wouldn't,
it.
for sure.
Took you 4 times longer than the normal person just to get up onto the table exam room at the hospital.
I'd
That's what
take
you're
it
dealing
in a
with.
second.
Yep. You need help from people to get up there. Or one. It's over. It's over. Done. And you got a
Yeah.
great story, dude.
And in my
It's a great
situation,
story.
a third of it's going to my lawyer.
Yeah, but you get
too.
the fucking your
Well,
ribs.
dude, you're a lawyer. Lawyer yourself. Pay yourself.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Why are you giving a third of our money away?
A third of
No one else licked Elton John's
Only
dick
a fool
based his
represents
tip.
himself, Mike, as you know. No, I would not. Jesus, you're crazy, man. And you're part homo. This proves it.
wow. Okay.
580 grand in damages against the neighbor. So who pays that? Does the neighbor have to pay that?
Yes.
Money? He does? All of that? What if he
do you
doesn't have
mean who has to
580
pay?
grand?
What do you mean? It's a lawsuit.
Maybe he's got insurance in case he sticks a neighbor
You
out
start
of the blue.
putting liens on shit.
Oh,
You have a
You're
judgment
basically
against
just
him.
asked in a lawsuit if you lose, he has to pay the lawsuit.
well, I know there's a lot of people you
There
can't
may be
give-
homeowners that cover some of it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can get an extensive plan that covers assault
Yeah.
on a neighbor. So, anyways, a jury in Bowling Green, Kentucky, deliberated less than 2 hours. They gave $375 in punitive damages, and then $200 grand for pain and suffering, and then $7,800 for medical expenses. Matt Baker, the attorney for Mr. Boucher, said, "Yeah, we're going to appeal the shit out of this. He deserves a few bucks, no doubt about it. But this is astronomical.
Hmm.
Do you think that's astronomical? Thing like that.
Seems like a lot to
It's
me.
a lot of punitives.
He's a doctor. Keep that in
Doctor.
mind. Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, we're getting a little bit more detail because our favorite part of this story was the idea of him kicking that screen door open and getting into a full sprint and then just blindsiding the senator. And so they testified. Here's how it went down. Senator Paul gets off his riding mower. He's probably still got the noise canceling headphones on to pick up a stick. And that's when Boucher has fucking had it. He sees this pile over here and he just comes and he, in his words, 3/4 sprint to him. He never sees this coming. He hit him. He said, "We flew through the air together for about 10 feet." Yeah. Imagine that.
It's a typical Boucher hit. If you look, if you look at film from him,
He got off his riding mower to pick up a stick and was straightening up when Boucher just fucking buried him with such force. The two of them flew. And then in that moment, Paul said, I had a flashback to the House whip that got shot in the hip, Steve Scalise.
Oh, that happened before.
Yeah.
Interesting. I would have guessed that this was before the Scalise incident.
Even better story if it happened after, because to foreshadow that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah. So somewhere
There it
in
is.
there.
There's the setup, man.
Yeah.
That's, that's a lot of cool down period.
I mean, all the way from.
Oh, yeah.
35 yards.
I mean, there's a tree line
Yeah.
and stuff.
Well, in his defense, remember the day before he cleaned up Paul Rand's mess
Yeah, he did.
and blew up that he tried to light those that pile on fire, used gasoline, and it got away from him, burned his face and hands and neck.
Yeah.
So that's why he was still in pain, and that's why he came out so as hot as he did. So yeah. Anyway, how long does that usually take on appeal? Would that be like a year from now or shorter?
Year.
Yeah. And then you got to pay your lawyers all over again?
Yeah.
Fuck. You guys got a good racket going, man. You guys really do have a good racket figured out. Sex trafficking, Super Bowl. Atlanta's doing busts all over the city trying to, this is I wish they would leave these broads alone. This is their Super Bowl too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Going to a venue like that where it's just rich people coming to town. They don't live there. They're on their own and they have wads of cash.
Just
And
want to hit some strange.
like, dude, let the chick blow the guy for 10 grand. Get out of here. What are you doing, you buzzkill?
Hmm.
Let her make her bucks. She's making her rent for the year this weekend. It's like, no, arrest them. And I don't like it. So they've been doing these operation stings and busting everybody. And they did find one child in there, a 17-year-old. Pretty sure that was a girl, but who knows? So, and they also rescued 4 victims that they think were trafficking sort of things. But
you still disagree with this policy.
I'm kind of joking about it, but I don't know. Federal law enforcement officials arrest 33 people for getting it on. It's like, okay, well, so I can take her to dinner and bang her, but I give her $10 and all of a sudden it's illegal. That's weird.
I mean, dude, there was every year though. That's a Super Bowl deal, dude. There's
I
stories
know.
about how Atlanta, they all the strip clubs got together and because they're only
yeah.
supposed to be be open till a certain amount of time, and they wanted to be open longer. I think it was, or
I think
open on Sunday.
Don't they fly in like the hottest broads in Vegas and LA?
I understand that, but I was talking
where it is.
There was something I read just very specific to Atlanta where they have some ruling about like how late they can stay open or whatever, and like all the strip clubs got together and just went to them and said, "Yeah, we want to stay open till 4 instead." And they're like, "Yep, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
it's fine."
My guess is that these are probably really expensive escorts.
Yeah, you're probably.
I don't think these are street walking girls or anything like that. Wouldn't you think that the girls that are going there are making
I would think
shitload
so.
of money? That's what I'd think, but who knows?
Although, what's that restaurant? You know, there's even the Super Bowl Sunday. They're not going to be open though. Was it Chick-fil-A or whatever? That has
they're never open on Sundays.
Yeah, but they made a big announcement that like, even with the Super Bowl, they're still not going to be open on Sunday.
It's in that
the stadium.
Yeah, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Yeah. So, have you followed it all, Jay? We haven't talked about it yet, but the story of the guy, the gay actor that works on Empire.
Yep.
You ever watched that show?
I've not.
I haven't either.
I believe it's set in Atlanta, isn't it?
Maybe it's about a record producer or something like that. It looks okay. I've heard good things about it. I've just never watched it, but this is a weird story. You know, he claims that guys jumped him early one morning the other day.
Oh, it's set in Chicago, and that's where this happened. So yeah, he was there filming. Yeah.
Yeah. So he waited. You know, some details are coming out. Apparently, got jumped by a couple white guys. A rope, sort of like fashioned like a noose, was around his neck.
Mhm.
They said, and they were calling him the faggot, and stuff like that. And MAGA hat was yelled, which sounds awful. But there's some things where you're like, what's up with that? Like 40 minutes is waited before calling authorities, and it's a neighbor that does or something like that. And you're like, why would anyone wait? But
yeah, and I guess a lot of the details went to TMZ before the police.
Yeah. Which
police had to follow up and go, wait, we read this on TMZ. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
They must be paying people to get a jump on those the people that come out, because they've been too hot lately. TMZ getting stories before anybody else. So the Empire actor was attacked sometime around 2 a.m. in Chicago as he walked home from a Subway shop, like a sandwich shop, not the Subway. Police weren't called till 2:35. An unnamed associate called 911 on his behalf. When they got there, the rope was around his neck. Like I was saying, it's not clear who called 911. They think maybe his manager, Brandon Moore, who says he was on the phone when the attack happened. And the police are like, oh, you guys were on the phone when the attack happened. Great. Hey, dude, we're going to need your phone so we can corroborate and just check. And it's like, oh, no, you can't have it. It's like, ooh.
I didn't mean right when the attack happened.
You mean right when it happened, like in the vicinity, like that weekend, or it's like, no. So they refused to hand over their phones. A neighbor told TMZ that she saw a redneck man loitering outside the building and the apartment building at 12:30, 90 minutes before the attack, while she's out, letting her dogs take a whiz or whatever. And so he can be seen on surveillance camera. And this is the interesting thing. Chicago is one of the most surveilled cities on the planet. They've dedicated so much time and resources and money to making sure they can capture everything. And they've got this guy, well, there he is, walking home from Subway. Looks like the path is the same. They can find nothing, no video evidence anywhere.
Could it be one of these?
There are some blind spots, but why?
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, you get it. You got some kind of half off the rocker idiot in the Subway makes a claim about something, and you can understand why that happens. But a dude that's
an actor, a thespian,
working on a hit show,
right
in the middle of work, like, what is his incentive or motive?
Draw some pretty big attention. I don't know.
And I hate to do that where it's like, oh, I don't trust what the guy's saying, but it's like,
it is raising questions.
Seems a little odd, right? And they're like, well, in his defense, there are some blind spots, with cameras and buildings and trees and whatever. But so you didn't catch any suspects that match any description at all? Walking away, walking this way, that way, coming from anywhere. And they're like, well, we're going to widen the search. It's like, it sounds like you need to tighten the search.
Right, like widen the search.
Why does it matter what went on 13 miles away? Who gives a shit? Supposedly happened right here. So then the neighbor too, seems a little odd detail, but whatever. Redneck man lady says, I saw two men outside and they looked out of place. And one of them had a rope hanging out of his shirt. I'm like, boy, at 12:30 in the morning, that seems like an odd detail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is that? How would you even see that? Maybe she did. He looked out of place, and he was wearing thick gray hunting socks. There was another man 300 feet away near the entrance. The neighbor's version of events suggests that the two attackers were lying in wait. A week before, there was a death threat sent to the studios, and they wanted to give him security. He was like, no, I don't want any of that.
I thought I saw a still image of these two suspects. Am I wrong on that?
No.
I'm not finding it right now, but
I'll tell you what you're seeing there. So they released some photos of people of interest on Twitter, just like people that just happen to be anywhere in the vicinity at all.
gotcha.
And so the release of the photos comes hours after they said we have been unable to find any footage that shows two men attacking him. Detectives reviewed hundreds of hours of closed circuit television. They've got the video of him walking into the building. For the most part, confirmed the route he took.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I think I saw that. They're just two guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you know those two men,
Yeah.
shit. You got
ATB is out for
black,
these.
two black figure, two, looks like dark clothing,
Mhm.
walking along a dark sidewalk from 30 feet away.
So he claims, or the neighbor claims, yeah, they were white men wearing ski masks. First off, it's like negative 20 degrees out. So if it's wearing ski masks, okay, but how would you see if they were white if they were wearing ski
Does
masks?
anybody wear ski masks anymore? I remember wearing
No,
one
they're
when I
not-
was a little kid.
Yeah.
And feeling like, this is just uncomfortable. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
The
You try to-
mouth hole
yeah,
is
it gets
weird.
kind
and
of-
you
It's
like
got the 3 dots and the rubbery thing, and you always breathe into it too much, and it's like
No,
sweats
I'm thinking
and
of the
snot.
old style 70s ski mask. I'm thinking of the hole right here.
Oh,
you know?
that one. Yeah. With the whole hole.
Yeah, yeah. Those
Um,
were really uncomfortable.
Were they?
Oh, brutal. You
dude,
you
used to-
breathe out that thing and just moisture and
Was it
just
that
felt
different from
gross.
when you would go to Halloween as
felt
Ghost?
gross.
Just sheet
Yeah,
up
because
and
it was like wearing a sock over your head,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. I think I had one
So
of
you
those.
think of ski mask as an actual like downhill skier
Yeah, because I
mask
had one of
across
those.
the Yeah, that's what I think.
I
Ski
do.
mask,
That's what I was
dude.
thinking of when I think of
I
it.
think that's rob a bank mask.
Yes.
That's not ski
Well, yeah,
mask.
but that's a ski mask.
That's rob a bank mask. That's assault a dude mask, not ski mask.
That's what everybody thinks when you say ski mask,
I
man.
didn't. So, anyways,
Pull up what he's
Um,
thinking of.
I
white
don't even
men
know what
wearing
he's thinking.
ski masks assaulted him, hurled racist and homo slurs at him, doused him with an unknown chemical substance, and put a thin rope around his neck. He says, aren't you, the guy yells, aren't you the faggot empire nigger?
Mm.
And I'm like, boy, that seems like that's pretty harsh. So anyways, they've already looked at hundreds of hours of surveillance, and they couldn't find a container anywhere where this substance was. They don't find anybody menacing looks or look suspicious on any of the
Curious.
surveillance.
Very curious.
It is. Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
To the astronom file.
Yeah. It's right up there.
Do you
for me
think,
with the,
Mike? Me and Mike were sitting at his, sitting here when
Well
it came on
played.
TV, and they came out and Fox had their statement, remember? And they were like, "Well, we're going to be doing everything we can as well to help figure out what happened here." Like some Fox
Oh,
executive.
Was it that's yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they were talking about Fox as a corporation,
Uh-huh.
as a network that airs, owns Fox News, business, also owns Fox, where Empire airs
Okay.
nationally. And so they're like, we at Fox are going to do everything we can to bring this person to justice. I'm like, what are you going to do? What does that even
Says
mean?
the hairspray anchor guy sitting there. Like, come on.
We will do everything in our power to bring these people to justice, and we will not stop until it's like,
The CEO of
Oh.
Fox is going to be doing what on the boots investigations.
yeah, it's like grab the best boy in the key grip and send him out there and go, dude, you guys find anything? Like what? No, you sit back. That's what the police do. That's what the feds do. They don't need your help, you actors.
Thespians.
Mm-hmm. Did you see? I know you did. The cat.
Yeah, I saw
Oh
the kid.
man, look at that poops.
How's he end up on a dam? A
I don't
frozen
know.
dam.
Yeah, in Indiana. Mr. Vanjie. Hi, Vanjie.
Dude, I love it.
Mr. Vanjie.
I didn't realize that was his name.
Yeah, hell yeah. So he's gone for like 2 weeks. Vanjie has checked the fuck out. No one knows where he
Mr.
is.
Vanjie is a genius.
So Mr. Vanjie, they spot him 91 feet up in the air on a fucking dam, the top of a dam, and he's just like, "Oh man, this
Vanjie, listen here.
is
Hold
brutal."
on, sir. We'll be
Yeah,
right up.
Well, I hope so. It's getting windy and chilly up here. And so he's all the way up there. They have no idea how he got there. He could have been placed there by someone. And so so the officers are not able to rescue him. So U.S. federal agency, Army Corps of Engineers were called, and the volunteers shut off the water supply to the dam. And so they decided to try and coax him down. So he headed to the bottom of a dam with a boat. They're like, "Come on, Mr. Vanjie, you can do it. You can do it, Vanjie." And
Is it
Vanjie's like,
Vanjie or Fangie?
it's Vanjie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so this son of a bitch is like, fuck it, I'm going.
Who grew to love him.
That was awesome.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. I need to take a break.
push play.
33.
Oh, for the love of fuck.
Oh, it's embarrassing.
And I'm dancing.
I don't know what we're listening to.
On YouTube, fucking thing kept playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
You can do it.
Look at it, Vanjie.
Yeah, look at him go. Yeah, I'm
He's
fine. You got me, guys?
No ropes involved.
Hell no.
Vanjie just goes sliding down the side
Like
of the
an
stand.
avalanche.
Look at him go.
The guy catches him. Thanks, guys. Let me in. Jesus, that water's
Bold
cold.
move by Vanjie.
Thanks, guys. I knew we could pull this off together.
Look at him.
Dude, that looks like it's straight
Yeah.
down wall.
Yeah.
What is he hanging on
And
to?
how did they coax him down?
Well, he knew. You know, he'd been there for probably 2 weeks, dude. Just like fucking.
He's shaved. Look at Vanjie go.
Hi, Mr. Vanjie. There you go, pal.
Jumps into the boat like a boss.
So Heidi, the owner of Mr. Vanjie, said, Mr. Vanjie is safe and sound. Truly like to thank the rescuers who saved our beloved Mr. Vanjie. We're able to thankfully have him home. He's exhausted.
I just
It's
can't
like, yeah, I bet he is.
believe how balls a move that was by Vanjie.
Yeah.
He's out there for two. Like, what made him just go, yeah, no, this is it. I got to get down to those people down there.
Yeah.
You know, Vanjie's been on his own for 2 weeks.
Look, I don't know what logic and reasoning goes into the decision making of a feline. However, last winter, remember when Pants just disappeared? I was like, well, I guess Pants took off. It's been 9 days.
Can we actually say where he was?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think I've said it even.
I
but
don't think so.
Dude,
I think you're afraid of the repercussions.
maybe. But it was like,
Well, I know
he's
the
been
part he's
gone.
told and hasn't told. He told. I think he said.
Okay.
So at this point, Pants is gone for like 10 days, and I'm just like, fuck. Well, maybe he comes. Maybe he got locked in a garage while someone's on vacation for 2 weeks, and then he'll come flying back in here when they open the garage and he can get out again.
Maybe he found a better situation. Who
Yeah.
knows?
And
It's
so
up to him.
I'm out on the porch, just standing there. It's like, oh, it's a beautiful day. And ever so faintly in the distance, I just hear, like, what the fuck is that? Wind blowing through the branches? What is that? I swear to God, dude, he's over in Juan's yard, and you look, I don't know, 8,000 feet in the air. There's just, I don't know how the hell I saw him. These are dark brown tree trunks. Pants is black. My son's black, in case no one know. All the fucking way, and then there's a little branch. It's like a tiger chased him up there, and he's
Yeah.
just sitting on this tiny branch, just going,
Yeah.
ah, and all you can hear is meow, meow, very faint. And I'm like, that's not, motherfucker, is that you? What are you doing up there?
So what'd you do about that? I mean,
I
he
was
was
like-
sprung into action.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, gonna throw a rock at him. I don't know how we got up there, but he clearly doesn't want to get down. And so then I'm like, I'm gonna give him a day, and then I'll call the fire department because I'm not gonna climb that. And I give him one more chance. The son of a bitch got himself down off that tree that day and came back to the house. What?
Okay.
Wait, what do you think I'm leaving out?
That's the part he didn't tell.
Yeah.
The part he didn't tell. No, but
No,
he just said it.
One day,
I thought it was one.
I thought it was one. Was it longer than one?
you pointed him out to me several consecutive days.
3 days?
I stood in your
That's
front
not-
window
that
and
is-
waved to Pants
That is
for
an allegation,
2 to
sir.
3 days.
I don't remember
That is
straight.
alleged as
Jesus,
fuck.
are you
That
serious?
is
I don't remember
so
that part of
alleged.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't. I'm not.
I remember standing there going, still up there. Holy shit.
Allegedly, dude. Do not besmirch my good name.
This is an important detail, man.
Yeah, it sure is. One's a monster.
I
think I
just
gave him
telling
a little.
you what I did.
I know.
don't
Even
know,
that
man.
time when
Maybe
those,
it was a different cat up there.
I don't know that. I don't.
I think he swapped
You're not.
places. He
You're
had a
not
roommate up
guy
in the
to
tree.
make stuff up, but I just don't remember that at all. That it
Do you remember the
lasted-
story about when
Of
the
course I
firemen
do.
were up on the roof in the middle of a fire and then a couple guys stole their ladder? Do you remember that story?
Yeah, I do.
And then ran to the end of the block by God damn it, Marcel's house and like ditched the ladder. So I remember that story.
Speaking of firemen,
All the details about
you've got a
that.
Franklin Fire Department down there who just dying to do something all
I
day
know some
long,
of
and they
them,
would have
too.
loved
Dude.
to come down here and put their big hook and ladder up and climbed up and saved a cat
Petey
on
Longworth,
one of
dude.
3 days.
Petey Longworth is part of that crew.
One of 3 days. They would have loved to have done that. Look, I'm not making this up, man.
I know, but I
I
talked
mean,
to
you can
they've got
fix this
this
in
new
post if you want,
They
but
can do that. No. they've got this new $1 million truck that is absolutely dope. I'm like, dude, it's got to be fun as shit. You guys doing a lot of? He's like, yeah, I mean, unlock a lot of cars. We help old ladies into a lot of houses, and we go to some schools.
Yeah,
That
would have been
visit
perfect
kids.
to get a cat out of a tree. On
Yeah, that would have
one
been the
day.
highlight. But it wasn't. They're not out there chasing down fires and whatnot. So it's like you got all the bells and whistles. I should have called him earlier. I just
Day 1, 2, or 3. But he did get down, and he's safe, and that's all that matters.
And he's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. No one's seen him today, but that's nothing new. So, anyways, we're glad Mr. Vanjie's doing better. He's exhausted. He's all tired now.
Hey, yo, the auto show is over, as you know, but Zott Ford's auto show deals are not, Mike. Zott Ford is continuing its insane rebates and massive auto show bonus cash. Lease a new 19 Ford Fusion Hybrid. Yes, a hybrid, as low as $82 a month with zero cash due. Or you can lease a new 19 Ford all-wheel drive Escape as low as $131 a month. Finally, if the #1 selling truck in America is more your thing, lease a new 19 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4x4 as low as $112 a month. These deals are good only through today. So get there. Thursday, January 31st is the final day for these deals, so get on over there.
Has enough time passed, Jason, since our last story of like a baby being cooked in a microwave or in an oven? Enough time's gone by, right?
Sure.
Because I always, the Brothers Grimm, you think of Hansel and Gretel right away, and it's like, no, someone threw a kid in a fucking oven?
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens, dude. In Russia this time.
It's always Eastern Europeans.
Why
man.
is that?
I don't know.
It is striking how often that is. Remember that weird old lady that was like, she'd murdered like 100 people and like dismembered their bodies, cut their heads off in a pot.
Yes.
Put it in a pot. They find it. Oh,
some diabolical
Russia.
shit going on over there.
11-month-old baby. That's still they talking yet? They walking? What's the story?
Yeah.
Baby Maxim. Yes, it's baby Maxim. He's Russian. And he was left by his mom, Victoria. She was 20. And in the care of her parents. And she comes home and finds just an absolute overcooked bird. She finds the kid and it's not good. So a family member found the body too badly damaged by the high temperatures inside the stove. And that would do it. The exact cause of death is under investigation. I'm going to go out on a limb here, man. I mean,
cooking
I
from
wasn't
the inside.
there. I wasn't there, but I'm going to say putting it into the oven and turning it on had something to do. I don't want to hinder your investigation, clearly, but I'm going to go on a limb and say that. They think at this point the child we think that he possibly died from incineration after being burned alive.
Fairly big oven, honestly.
Follow that lead.
I had some big birds, and they take up quite a bit of my oven as I'm cooking them. That kid, you got to kind of stuff an 11-month-old in there, I'd imagine.
You got to what?
Kind of stuff them in there,
You wouldn't put stuffing in the kid though, like it's a turkey. You would just
stuff the kid.
Oh, okay.
Just cram him in there.
Well, a neighbor said, here's the problem. So Granny and Gramps are watching the kid. It's Russia. Grandpa goes out and gets fucking cocked on vodka. That's what he did. And when he returned, he just chucked the kid in the fucking stove. Yeah. The neighbor told Russian television, grandfather turned mad from alcohol.
Oh, man.
Yes, he came back home and we hear he pushed the baby in wood-burning stove. That was it.
It's the wood-burning stove.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
It's not just like an oven.
So how many babies can you get into a standard wood-burning stove?
You put full logs in those things.
Yeah, you probably get a
Depends.
them in there.
There's different sizes.
Mm-hmm. The grandparents face life sentence if convicted. And I'm like, so far I haven't heard about shit that Granny did. I mean, maybe didn't rush over and yank the kid out of there, but sounds like Grandpa got cocked on vodka, came in and just went, "Where's baby?" and threw it in the oven. Now
that's it, huh?
Yeah.
What a shit-looking stove.
Yeah, it really is. Hold on, E, because I want to show you the baby because I was thinking, I don't want to say it's ever a great idea to put a kid into an oven and turn it on, but this kid's eyes freaked me the fuck out, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Grandpa might have just said, "No, it's a demon. We got to take it out." The pictures there, E?
Yeah, I got them. Just a second.
Can't you just click?
No, for some reason this story is weird. I had the pictures on Google. I just was pulling up the oven because you guys.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, dude? It's like you see that in alien movies and stuff. Those kind of all black eyes.
Kind of that Mongol look,
Go get other ones. There's other pictures.
Pretty far east, I think.
I mean,
No, I think they're, getting into Eurasia.
Yeah. Very good. So you don't think this was maybe a good idea?
No,
Oh, okay.
I think you're just getting toward the Asian side of things.
Okay, I just heard Russia. I was thinking Crimea or something, I didn't expect that, but the ice creeped me out. I'll take it back then. Kind of Hansel and Gretel, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
It was a grandma witch, an old witch.
The witch tried to throw Hansel and Gretel into the oven. I think that was...
Well, Gretel was in a cage at first. Is that how the story? Okay.
Gretel was helping the witch, wasn't she? And the boy was he was being
fattened up.
Yes.
No. Here, if you go back to the beginning of Hansel and Gretel, this goes back to 1812. It's a great story. It's a children's fairy tale, and it's fantastic. This is where you get the gingerbread house and all that stuff. But the kids, there's a famine. Hansel and Gretel are their father's kids. Stepmom says, "Fuck these kids."
Yes, they try to leave them
in the woods, ditch them. Otherwise, we might starve. Sounds a reasonable move from a stepmother's perspective. Dad buys into it and goes along. Fucking Han is listening through the door, gets wind of it. So that's when he did the pebble trick, right? Left himself a trail.
Correct.
I don't know what happened to that trail, if that got picked up or whatever, because when he did get back, they took him out to the woods again, but he brought the bread.
Yes, and of course those got eaten by the woodland creatures.
Duh. Who thinks you can bring a loaf of bread out, drop crumbs, and it's like, dude, you were on the right path with the pebbles.
Yeah.
So, and then they go over to the gingerbread house. And when the witch gets there and opens the door, they're eating the roof. Yeah, I know. Yep, I looked it up. They're eating her roof because they're so starving. There's all kinds of candy. And the witch it was a trap. Absolute trap, trying to get kids over there. So she puts Gretel in the jail and wants to fatten up Hansel. And get this, she's almost fully blind, the old hag witch. Yeah. And so she's force feeding him food. And she's like, she did this finger check. She wanted to see if his fingers were getting all fat and sausagey. So he'd have to stick his finger through the cage. And she would, smart motherfucker that Han is, found a bone and just kept sticking it like a fucking bone, like a chicken wing bone out there. And she's like, it's not getting fat enough. Finally, she's like, fuck it, just cook him anyways. And that's where Gretel comes into play. She tells Gretel to get in there, and Gretel's like, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're saying. She's like, here, I'll show you. Idiot fell for that. Next thing you know,
what a moron.
Yeah. They said they cooked the fuck out of her too. Yep. So
yeah, those fairy tales are grim.
The brothers.
Yeah,
sure are. We should take a quick time out and then get to E. I think we have a lot of email today too. And E, are you ready? You ready to carry
Sure.
do some heavy lifting here?
Sure.
I mean, Jay and I have done a lot of heavy lifting today. We could use a hand. You got this?
Yeah.
You got this shit? We'll do it next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the show. Mike and Jay. And I've got a little update for you, Jay, before we get to Isis.
What do we got?
Well, remember Plastic Fingers' weird hand Ariana Grande yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
And she got that tattoo. It was supposed to be 7 rings or whatever. Her single and
Turned
stuff.
out to be small round grill.
Small, tiny barbecue. No, tiny charcoal grill.
Yeah.
So she, in an effort to fix this, she met with a Japanese tutor of hers and said, "How do I fix this?" And she said, "Oh, very good. Here's what you do. You put this symbol here, this symbol there, and it fixed it. It comes out now. It says 7 circle ring."
Uh-huh.
She's like, "Oh, cool.
No problem, huh?
No problem at all." And so she did just that. Immediately went and got added to the tattoo. And unfortunately, it doesn't say 7 circle rings this time.
Oh.
Yeah. So hold on. I'll tell you what it actually translates to now, which is just great. Now it says Japanese barbecue finger.
What?
Yes.
It's worse.
I think so. Tiny charcoal grill is bad. Japanese barbecue finger is just weird.
You just got to stop now if you're
Yeah.
Grande.
Dude,
Just stop.
She doubled down and added to it.
Oh, my God,
Yeah,
she did,
yeah.
man. She
Yeah.
added a whole nother line.
She added a sideways heart, what looks like a Weeblo guy.
I thought she said
character.
it was still a tight tattoo and the symbols were cool. Why would you change
Yeah.
it then?
Well, yeah. Well, I
And
think
did she dip her rubber hand in powdery substance first? What is that?
Yeah.
She's got the weirdest looking hands
Maybe
ever.
she just jacked someone off. I mean, it didn't clean up yet.
What is that, man?
I don't know. I can't tell you. It's probably they put that on tattoos.
I was just gonna say that's probably the freaking the low.
tattoos.
Oh, it's the gloss. It's the
Yeah,
sheen from
right.
it. I got you.
Yeah. And so she had this yesterday, which was just, tiny charcoal grill, which is great. And then this, see if she would have added, she needed like an arrow that would have separated those. And then was like, oh, I meant to place that here. And so it's like, no, it says 7 rings, just like you wanted. It's like, no, tiny barbecue finger is what it says now, which is, yeah. Just,
I know it's just something that we're not used
just
to, but
leave the Japanese symbols alone, man. They're way different than your alphabet.
I know it's something that we're just not used to, but it's just such a weird language that they have like these everything's are symbols versus lettering. It just
Yeah.
it'd be. I
Yeah,
guess it wouldn't
bonsai
be hard,
tree.
but-
It can be a whole sentence, So yeah, I just want to give you that update. I thought you would appreciate that.
Nice work, Grande.
Yeah,
I can't
just-
stand that chick, man.
Do you keep going? Do you triple down?
No, you just stop.
You don't? I mean, maybe you go to the tutor and go, how do I make this say 7 circle now? Oh, here's where we're at.
What a dumbass.
Tiny barbecue finger. Oh, yes, I see that. Tiny barbecue finger. Yes, we can fix. Very easy. Very easy. Just keep drawing arrows and new houses and bonsai trees. You'll get there. I hope she triples and quadruples down. I really do.
I definitely hope she does.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, Isis, you ready
Sure.
for this day in history with Big E?
Well, Jesus. Give me a second here. Jeez.
Let's see what we got here. So it was 1747. This day in
1747.
January
Holy shit.
31st, 1747.
Where water was invented.
The first
Yep.
venereal disease clinic opens in London Lock in London.
Hell
The
yeah.
London Lock Hospital.
What were the main diseases they were treating at the time, E?
Syphilis was the big one.
Really?
Actually. And
Syphilis has been around since 17.
That's
long
the
ago?
dude who founded the hospital.
Was there a reason that he personally needed to found this hospital?
I don't remember exactly.
A motivation of sorts?
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this: leprosy was a huge deal right before this, and so people were. Before this, like the big deal was these leprosy colonies where they were sending people off to like islands and, and leprosy started to finally go away a little bit, and all of a sudden people were like, holy fuck, dude, the syphilis is like it's like catching like a motherfucker.
Syphilis will kill you too, though.
Right.
So would you rather leprosy up or syphilis?
Well, no, but the point was,
Is it true that shit starts falling off you when you have leprosy, or is that just kind of a...
This
That-
could be
no,
just
that-
pre-diabetes diagnosis, and they're just losing a left foot, and they're like, nah, it's a leper.
Right.
Well,
who knows?
that was part of one thing I'll say. So they started this the first ever venereal disease, as I said, hospital, and there it is. But the problem was is that right at the very beginning is that the the cures were not only were they not good, they were almost as deadly as the situation. They were giving them like
whiskers and cat's milk.
They were giving them like mercury.
Oh shit!
And it was like it wasn't helping. I mean, it wasn't helping at all. Like it was
breaking
just
thermometers open and just like fuck it, pour it in, try that. We'll see what happens.
So, but it was basically that because of, like I said, leprosy was started to die down, but then syphilis just took over. There's two theories on where syphilis kind of came from. One of them being after Christopher Columbus came back from there. Basically, it sounds like some people think they were just banging Indians, and that's what brought syphilis back.
Rather not die.
Yeah, of course.
Do they have horses yet?
And then what was the other one? I forget what the other reasoning was.
Well, what about other diseases? Was it?
Well, yeah,
purely
it would do other ones. That just was the main one at the time.
Just a simple time, man.
And so basically,
what is the symptoms of syphilis?
I don't actually know.
Is that the one where shit dribbles out of your dick tip?
God.
Is that the one?
Ugh.
Sores?
You know what?
You don't know what the symptoms are? Come on, Isis.
Shit, I didn't look. I don't know. I didn't look that up.
There's got to be a discharge, and I bet it stinks. I bet it just. Oh, the smell.
Anytime there's discharge, it stinks.
I will say
so. Puke or shit.
A curdled discharge.
Yeah.
So this
get an infection in your dick tube, and all of a sudden it's dribbling out the top.
God, man.
So this hospital is opened, as I said, in 1747, but really the first documented wide outbreak of syphilis was actually around 1449 when the France soldiers returned from war, and they just French soldiers. Yeah, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But they returned from war. They were in France in this war, and they come back and they're just fucking.
From where?
Wait a minute. What did it say? Oh, sorry.
Who are they?
I read this sentence wrong, to be honest with you.
Oh.
The first documented widespread outbreak of syphilis was in Italy around 1495 and was spread to France by soldiers returning from battle in Italy. There you go.
See, we first cast aspersions against our French friends.
Yeah.
And now we learn that it was actually Italians.
It's nice to know that the French and the Italians have settled most of their differences at this point.
So
that's hard to get over. You give a whole country syphilis, and
tough.
you're warring with them. That's tough.
So when I talked about the cures, not really. It says the hospital treated about 300 people in the first year. Unfortunately, the treatment of sexually transmitted infections used by the hospital was ineffectual. Mercury was in a variety of forms was the most common treatment, and it never worked, and came with horrible side effects like tooth loss, increased sweating,
blindness,
salvation,
death,
bone.
But dude, when you compare that against a green drippy dick,
that stinks.
Yeah.
And then
and your girl's going, what is that?
Well,
I'm not putting that in my mouth.
It says mercury was more likely to kill you than even the
syph. Yeah. I know.
And here was the problem too. The hospital had
They could have called me. I could have told them, like, bro, you're barking up the wrong tree here.
The hospital
move on from mercury. It's not helping. Trust me.
The hospital had a strict never to remit policy. So once they sent you out and said, well, we did what we could do, it was just, oh well, you can't come back.
So I imagine being a patient there was a bit of a shame, right? A shameful thing.
Yes, it was rather shameful, as you said.
I think it still is. I mean, you go in with a dribbling dick.
Yeah,
that's still is like.
I just wondered if back then it was different. Like,
well, the other thing is,
this happens.
It was totally.
People were getting merkins back in the day. Like, it's because we got bugs in our pubes.
Yeah.
Well, it was meant to. The hospital was meant to.
One of the costs of doing business, right?
Dude, a pube wig. How absurd is a fucking pube wig? Really?
I know. It's hard to move on from that, isn't it?
And I've seen the people in those photos from those eras. It's not good.
Yeah.
The non-smiling, all the women look like fucking just badass dudes.
Pubic wig.
It's like, I need a pube wig. Where can I get a pube wig? There's a guy named John Merkin. He's been working on this. So get over to Merkin's house. He'll hook you up.
This is when, by the way, seems to be a point where people really start to hammer around with prostitutes too, by the way, because they start to realize that prostitutes are spreading a lot of this. And also the hospital was like, it was meant to cure, but it was definitely also meant to like shame, like not shame, but like get people off more to the righteous path of not just, drilling random strangers.
Little Jesus
basically.
in your life.
So
it's a tough lesson.
I will tell you, there is a song.
Drippy dick.
The Lock Hospital does have a song that was modeled after the hospital. I do have the song here.
Okay.
And this song was
all right. This is a venereal lament by the Lock Hospital folk.
Well, it's just there's lyrics in this song that reference the idea that it was like the shamefulness of like walking by the hospital and like, oh, well, here I have the.
Hold on, I haven't heard this yet, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say, if you're running a venereal hospital, like a jingle's the last thing you need to be worried about, you know?
Well, I don't
I
think
haven't
that
heard
they,
it yet.
I
I don't know.
think-
Maybe
no,
it's great,
I don't. They didn't write this. I think someone just there was this thing was finally happening. This idea that this venereal disease hospital is there, and so the song I think is kind of just about. It's kind of just about like.
Oh, let me see it.
Yeah, here's the lyrics, Mike.
Did you make 2 copies so Jay and I can sing along?
Shit. No, I did not.
Okay, I'll just sing along. Go ahead, play it. Let's see what we got here.
Is it put to the tune of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road?
It's Daniel. It's actually Daniel.
As I was walking down
Pick up the pace, Bill. Come on, let's go.
Hospital. Dark was the morning and
My lyrics are off.
Are you serious?
the day.
Cold was the morning, dark was the day.
Who should
This was- I looked these
I
up.
spied a young squatty wrapped in old linen.
comrades.
Here,
This guy doesn't even know the fucking song, dude. I can't perform like
I'm
this.
telling you 100%. Those
I
are
can't
the
perform
lyrics.
like
Are,
this,
this
dude.
guy, I don't think this old man fucked it up, but.
I mean, dude, I'm
wanna-
on stage and I'm singing with an idiot. He
want me
doesn't
to
even
read
know
the
he doesn't
lyrics?
even know the song.
I'll read the lyrics if you want, I guess.
I want you to sing it like he did. Oh, to the thing and the lineage and all.
Fuck.
Go limerick style. Go.
I don't know
and
how
go.
limerick style. As I
Here's
was.
how you're gonna sing
Okay.
it. As I was walking down by Lock Hospital, cold was the morning and dark was the day.
God damn it.
Go ahead. Feel it, E. Feel it.
As I was.
Oh, you got this.
As I was walking down by the Lock Hospital, cold was the morning and dark was the day.
When's the hook coming? I don't
I don't know. I don't think there is a hook. I spied a young
You're losing your accent.
squatty wrapped in old linen. I can't read. Wrapped in old linen as the cold was the day. So play.
When did we get to the part about the dripping dick?
Yeah, stop laughing through the song, dude.
I don't know.
This is not a
Can
funny
I just
song.
read it?
No. Where are you at? God damn it. Where are you at? So play the drum slowly and play the fife slowly. I don't know what a fife is. Sound a dead march as you carry him along, and over his coffin throw a bunch of white laurels, for he's a young soldier cut down in his prime with a drippy dick. Oh, mother, dear mother,
Doesn't even rhyme, man.
Come sit ye down by me, for my body is injured and sadly disordered, all by a young girl, me own heart's delight.
I think the one line here is the main line. I don't know if you've passed it or not, but it's the idea of walking past this place and seeing.
So no one will notice as we pass them by, and over the headstone, these words they were written. All ye young fellows, take warning from me. Beware of the flash girls that roam through the city, for the girls of the city were the ruin of me.
So when was the condom invented, Isis?
I don't know.
What are these
What?
young lads supposed to do?
Have sex with their wives. They're only their wives only. I guess.
Boring.
What if they're not married?
I don't think people were supposed to have sex if they weren't married, Jay.
What if they want to hit some strange one day?
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna get syphilis. I got just like now.
Tough lessons, man.
Yeah, I was watching Ari. What's Ari's in the stand-up comedy? Shafir. Ari Shafir. And he was talking about STDs on stage, and he's talking about how he had chlamydia, the clap, you know.
Ugh.
Which I think that includes some drippage as well.
I imagine it does.
He said the cure for chlamydia is very simple. It's a penicillin shot, or you can take pills a few days. He said it's gone in a matter of like 3 to 7 days. He said, so that means if everybody on the planet with chlamydia stopped fucking for 7 days, we would be done with chlamydia.
Yes.
And he's like, we couldn't make that deal. No, we just can't do it.
It's brutal. It's true.
We thought it over and went, no, no way am I going 7 days without some push. God. Even if it's poison push. Rather have poison push than no push. And usually people are too embarrassed to tell their partner they have it. So it's like, I bang my girl and I give her some serious chlamydia. And then I go to the doctor. I won't stop dripping all over my pants. And he goes, oh, yeah, here's a shot. I get cleaned up and fixed. I don't have the balls, the sack to go to my girl and go, dude, you just got to go down there and get a shot really quick. Sorry about that. My bad. So you don't say anything, and then she gives it right back to you.
Ugh.
And it's just a vicious cycle.
According to this,
Round
it looks
and
like
around
the oldest condoms ever excavate. I don't know.
No, you got this, E.
Abort. And we're
He used to support.
Yeah, he did.
Can you spell it, E?
It's probably excavated. EXCAVATED.
Hold on.
Excavated.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Shit.
Where you at?
Because I think there's another word coming up here.
We're gonna get through that, man. We're here for you.
Excavated.
Where are you at? Excavated. Yeah, you got it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Because I don't know this word.
I know,
So
that's
they
gonna
go
be
way
tough.
back, don't they, Jesus?
This
To
is gonna- this is-
1642.
This is gonna get ugly.
This is the first time there appears to be.
Hold on, earmuffs. Jesus. Go plug your ears.
Today's word is cesspit. Cesspit. Cesspit.
Got it.
Go, E.
What do I need to do?
Keep reading your thing.
We're founded in a cesspit located in the grounds of Dudley
You
Castle.
listen, dude.
I did not listen. My ears were like this.
Okay.
Is that like a
They're made from
cesspool
animal.
that's more of a hole?
Sure.
Sure.
Wow.
I remember. Anyway, for
I kinda like
1642.
Cesspit.
Because a cesspool makes it sound like a nice pool, but a
Honestly, is that
cesspit-
like a garbage dump? You know,
When did-
cesspit.
Sure.
When did Columbus 1640 what?
1492.
1492.
We
Oh,
sailed the
yeah,
ocean
right.
blue.
My bad. So 1642, it sounds like is what the
What's it
first
made out of?
known animal membrane.
Sure. Why not? Throw it at the wall, see if it sticks.
Dude, cesspit, a pit for the disposal of liquid waste and sewage. It's
Yep.
a garbage dump.
So they found in a garbage dump some condom. They think the earliest they find is
God, man,
1642.
how'd you like to go through an ancient cesspit? Just
No. No
Ugh.
thanks.
old Kleenexes and shit.
Yeah. When they were doing the wool stuff, or like sheep they were
Ugh.
using, and what's it? Lamb. I
Right.
think the lamb skin and
Lambskin.
sheepskin.
All right.
Anything else, Jesus?
I guess that's it.
So why in none of the lyrics of that song was there no mention of a condom?
Well, at the very end, if you listen close, they're talking about walking by this hospital, but be wary. There's whores around there, and if you bang them, trippy dick might happen to you. It ruined my life. It happened to
Yeah.
me. Heed my
Yeah.
So
advice.
100
go,
years
Mike.
before, they had figured out the idea of a condom, but
Sounds
they
like
didn't
maybe.
connect it. Like, hey, this could block from getting
Well,
syphilis.
I mean,
Seems like that should be part of the advertisement.
but what, dude? What was wrong with the pullout? I mean, the pullout has worked forever. Like,
Dude,
That's not
dipping
part
it
of
in
the-
there is what's giving it to
The
you.
pullout has
oh,
nothing to do with
there's
it.
nothing to
okay,
do
yeah.
with
I thought you were talking about rubbers for just knocking a bitch up, but well, that won't protect you from a lot of venereal diseases, right? Just a rubber.
I
Well,
think
from
most
that it
things
will.
but herpes. No,
I don't. Well,
crabs and herpes.
crabs and herpes. Yeah, that's a good point. You're dealing with yourself.
Gross.
Yeah. You
Well,
really
thank
get
you.
bummed out about the whole
It's
STD
just-
thing.
it's always the discharge that freaks me out. It's in my mind the whole time.
It's
and
not
then
the warts,
smell.
it's not the
smell.
fucking-
Oh
it's-
God, it's the smell.
it's not the scabbing and the like. Oh God,
It's-
what is that on my dick? It looks like a giant zit.
It's
and,
the
ugh.
discharge. Discharge freaks me out.
Yeah.
Man.
That's true. Whenever we talk about fucking a horse,
Yeah.
you're always worried about the discharge
Oh,
that's coming out of their
God.
butthole or
Yeah.
the machine. Yeah. It's a hang up for you.
It
You
is.
don't like discharge.
Hey, everybody! At every Twin Peaks, you'll find wall-to-wall TVs, scratch food, and the signature 29-degree beer served by the best-in-class Twin Peaks girls. Welcome to your new local spot for sports and scenic views. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
Did you hear about that mom? This is going back like a week, Jay, at least. She was in court. Her and her boyfriend were convicted for the 2-year-old daughter of theirs, like died frozen outside. Did you hear that story?
Don't recall that. I
think
recall
it's
the
in
little boy
Ohio.
who got found at 3 years old, and he says a bear kept him company. Did you hear that story?
No,
Yeah,
I want to hear that
missing
story.
for like 2 nights.
Are you sure it was a bear, not
He-
a guy in a bear suit?
He was found in a bramble. And
What's a bramble?
just a bunch of bushes and shit. And the boy told a
Spectacular.
story that a black bear came and kept him company.
Of course, it was a black bear.
Why do you say
Racist.
that?
Black bear stole me.
No, he didn't say
Dude,
that.
I
He
know,
said
I
he
know.
kept him company.
He's 3 and he articulated
good
that
for race
that black-
relations.
Dude, how funny would that be to stumble upon that scene and see a black bear just like,
Just
I don't know, I
sitting
found a guy. He was I don't know what to do. I gave him some fish.
Yeah, the
but
officials are like, no, there's no way a black bear. He's assigning human attributes to, it's like a Disney character. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, this doesn't happen. A black bear would have mauled him and eaten him.
not necessarily. Not always. We've seen this with gorillas too. Remember Harambe before he was murdered? I don't think he was going to wail on that kid.
I think they shot him because they thought he was going to
Yeah,
wail.
I think if you would have let that play out a few more seconds, I think he would have been fine. So no, this mom of a 2-year-old made the news because she just went off on a fuck you tangent to the judge. It's
Oh,
always a good move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she was being hauled off to jail, but not without a fight. And so the judge, Allison McCarty, ordered Tierra Williams to spend 18 months behind bars. She's like, that is so fucked up. And her mom's like, honey, Angela, settle down. It's okay. Stop, Tiara.
Judge is like, whoa, what'd you say?
She's like, I'm so fucking mad. And she's throwing a shit fit.
You cunt!
But her boyfriend, Darian Parker, was sentenced to 2 years in prison after he pled guilty to child endangerment charges. Williams had left the daughter. And now this is the only reason I cared about this story, right? Kid dies of hypothermia out in the cold. And Williams had left her daughter, Winter Parker. You left your kid Winter with the boyfriend and your kid froze to death in the winter?
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. So she was going out for a little while. She returns.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Isn't it? So she comes back a couple hours. And she finds the little girl absolutely frozen to the porch. Yeah. And so Winter hadn't been wearing warm clothing at all or a coat, died from severe hypothermia. Not just like hypothermia, like fucking severe hypothermia. Prosecutor said the 25-year-old lost track of Winter while Tiara was out with their 4-year-old son. It's like, so it's the dead of winter. And Darian's like, Winter, doesn't hear anything back. And he's like,
be better trained.
well, hopefully I shoot Winter again soon.
Dude.
And then just went back to watching TV.
What is wrong with you, man?
Yeah. I don't know why, though, the mom's just out with the 4-year-old, leaves the 2-year-old with the dad or the stepdad or whatever. I don't know why she's going to jail. But I don't know.
There's more to that story.
Winter. Hey, what do we got for email, Jay?
We do have some email, Mike. If you'd like to write into the show, send us your thoughts to email at DetroitCast.com. If you would like to send Easus some anthrax, send it to P.O. Box 250-268, Franklin, Michigan 48025. Now,
and if you do, make sure it's noted on there for E to open only.
That would be helpful.
Yeah.
Anonymous writes in concerning fidget density. Good afternoon, gents. On the subject of fidget density, I can attest. In college, one of my best friends was of a fidget stature. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that, will we? Drunken wrestling was a thing we did quite often. And he was solid, like tree stump solid. Lots of neck strength and rolling mobility.
And what mobility?
Rolling mobility.
Well, that makes sense.
I could pick him up for shoulder throws and things like that, but it was tough. The skittering and quick reflexes add to the density, so the wrestling matches were tiring as fuck.
Yeah, they're squirrely little bastards. Quick, too. One of them sinks a tooth into your fucking ankle. Good luck.
Yeah.
You won't get it off, dude. Can you just quickly bing around, just see like, are midgets denser than humans? Are midgets more dense weight-wise than human beings?
I want to start with fidget.
Fidget, yeah.
Is a fidget denser than a normal human being?
Then just a human being, I think, would work.
Elevator pooping housekeeper Howard the Walmart greeter writes in with an observation. Perhaps the elevator pooping housekeeper was on the elevator because she was moving her cleaning supplies from floor to floor. In that case, she most likely had a bucket or bag to poop into. Hopefully, she also had air freshener. Most janitorial professionals also wheel the cart around with snacks and pop on it so they can eat on the go. Don't feel too bad for Rosita.
I don't know, man.
What kind of structure was this? I don't recall.
It was a house.
Yeah,
it was a 4-story townhouse with an elevator in it.
Howard the Walmart greeter is picturing like a friggin' motel maid.
Yes,
you know,
with a cart that they push around all day.
And I suppose if you have a massive house and a housekeeper, maybe she does have a little cart going.
And honestly,
but that's wishful thinking, man.
Yeah, and honestly, if you're going to speculate during our show, don't make it nicer for the person. We speculate down into hell. We don't go, she probably had all the cleaning supplies and bags and probably snacks. Well, what fun is that?
Probably wasn't even a problem.
It's better if she's stuck shitting and sleeping in her own filth for 3 days and then forced to clean it up because you are the housekeeper.
Way better.
Way better story.
Howard the Walmart greeter.
Yeah, knock it off.
Phil writes in, good day, podcasters of the pod variety. Was listening to chapter 1212 of the DetroitCast saga this morning and was loving where everything was going until the last 20 minutes or so. Did the in-studio guests not hear about the previous guests that were as annoying as a fly that won't fuck off? Fucking Christ, man. The show is the DetroitCast with Mike and Jay. We tolerate E on the mic, and at times he has valid opinions, but that can be brought to the table.
When was 1212?
Yesterday.
Oh, they're taking shots at Tim?
Albeit rare, but it does happen, says Phil. As far as the gentleman that was added to today's show, I don't give a flat fuck what he thinks about anything, let alone want to hear his attempts at injecting humor. He needs to save that shit for people who actually give a shit. Or maybe for individuals in person. For example, wait till the break or the end of the show and turn to Walters and say, man, that couple on that hockey video, They totally don't fuck ever. Then you guys could have your laugh or not. Either way, listeners of the show don't want to hear some rando in the background trying to force feed his lame jokes. Oof. Gentlemen, I don't wish to disparage too much, but if I'm being honest, I just want to help my own personal I just have my own personal opinion on this matter. It's the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay. With that being said, listeners who are lucky enough to win an in-studio visit, bring them pizza and beer. Enjoy the wonderful behind-the-scenes look that you're getting. Sit on the couch, and most importantly, shut the fuck up for the 90 minutes they are recording. The only pass to in-studio guests opening their mouths should be people that are arguably famous, i.e. comedians, band members, etc. The kind of thing I don't mind listening to, and hope others don't either. Or if Mike and Jay have a specific question of the listener. Other than that, see the above instructions. Thanks, and enjoy this pleasant weather we're having. Peace out, homos. P.S. The show rocks except the last 20 minutes at 12:12.
Oh, yeah.
Phil is pissed.
Yeah, Phil, Tim's a great dude, but we have learned, and we've been told time and time again that people really, for whatever reason, don't like an unannounced person hopping on a mic. They really seem to be bothered by that.
Long-time listeners are like, wait, what?
Who was that? Why is he in there? Why did he say that? Fuck you! Get out of there!
Get out of there!
Get out of there! He doesn't belong. Turn his mic off. Who turned his mic on? Jesus! Yeah, they get really bent out of shape about that. I'm sorry.
Sean writes in, gentlemen, I apologize for tagging you in the Fire Festival meme that took off.
Yeah.
Of course I am a listener. Of course I am. I've only been on Twitter a few weeks, though, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I tagged you guys only because I wanted you to see the meme. Imagine my surprise as I watched the numbers on Twitter grow. I've only tweeted 3 times total.
He goes viral.
1, a carefully crafted Bird Box joke that got literally 1 like from my brother. A dog meme that I created, 0 likes. And the fire meme that I saw in some photo gallery and threw up on Twitter. 5,000 likes. Well, I feel bad that you've been getting endless notifications. This tweet never would have taken off if I hadn't tagged you guys effectively piggybacking off your popularity. So thanks. In the future, I will try to figure out how to include you in a tweet about TDC-related content without actually connecting you to the tweet. I'd like to close this email with, follow me on Twitter at Stu_Sean. It's a pretty exclusive group of 8 currently. The dude literally in his little bio, you get a sentence or whatever to say who you are. He says, I'm so-and-so, I have 8 followers. And he literally has 8 followers. And he did not gain a single follower from that viral tweet.
Yeah. So,
Isis and I checked yesterday.
Right.
As of that time, he had 8 followers.
Well, let's have some people follow him. So it's at Stu, STEW.
No.
Underscore.
At STU_Sean, SHAWN.
See, I would have gone with STEW_SEAN.
Now you're confusing people.
Or
why would you even say
that? Changing his name.
Underscore. Is it Stuart? It's Stu or Stewart?
Do you want people to follow this guy or not?
They can back it up. STU_SHAWN.
You got it.
Yeah, there
Thank
you
you,
go.
and good day, sir, says Sean.
Are you gonna sack up and follow him?
Oh, I don't follow anybody.
See, this is the problem that young Stu's gonna run into. He after his 3rd tweet, he's gone viral, and sir, you are in for a load of disappointment going forward. You are.
Yeah, it's going to be more like your dog meme.
Yeah.
Than your Fire Festival meme.
Nobody's going to see a thing you say going forward.
A lot of stuff's just going to go out there and yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're the guy that bought 1 lotto ticket in his life and hit the lottery. Good on you. But Stu, keep things in perspective, my friend.
He's like, this is easy.
No problem.
He didn't even create the meme.
No.
Son of a bitch went to a meme bank and just threw it out there.
He stole a picture, someone else's work, and then piggybacked off our success. And look at him
check
go.
how many retweets and likes that currently has.
I think I'm going to follow Stu.
Are you?
He's got what? What'd you say?
4,800
likes.
1,100 retweets. 1,100 retweets.
10 followers.
He's got 2 more followers.
All right, I'm gonna follow him right now. Let me see if I can find him. So it's Stuart.
Yeah, I think he's got a fidget as his little avatar, if I remember right.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's that little son of a bitch from Fantasy Island.
Okay, we're Stuart, and they said Sean.
The little Deplane guy. What's his name again?
Deplane.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
That little ethnic son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, little taco dude with the mustache. What did you say? Deplane. Hey boss, Deplane. What was his name? What is it?
No.
No.
Hervé something?
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Yeah, that's Ricardo Montalban, but we're talking about his little fidget friend. Man.
Obviously, but his name is not what he just
said.
Hervé
Something. That sounds right.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. What was the character? Maybe I'm trying to think
Tattoo.
of Oh, Tattoo. That's right.
Yeah. There he is.
Oh,
Look at that little son of a bitch. Huh?
Ricardo Montalban and Hervé Villechaize. Yeah. Okay. All right. My bad. All right. Here you go.
What a dynamic duo, huh? Mr. Rourke and Tattoo greeting you as you get off the fucking seaplane.
Pull up. I'd just be like,
wow, this is going to be quite a week, man.
I would get off the plane and I'd be like, no, fuck that.
Turn the fuck back around.
I saw that and be like, oh, God damn it, no. Get me back on the plane.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
What is that next to you? No.
Jesus
no.
Christ.
The little
Get it
guy.
out of here. Make it go away, man. I'm serious.
Put it on a leash.
Yeah. I don't want an unleashed tuxedoed little fucking dude out here. That's freaking me out, man.
He had a wee little white tuxedo. Look at him.
Look at it. Poops. I pooped.
A dynamic duo indeed. Look at those two.
Not since Batman and Robin. Not since Arnold teamed up with DeVito in Twins.
You're right, man.
Seen a team this
God
good.
Damn it. Look at them. Look at that little son of a bitch.
I poops.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, that little son of a bitch's organs just gave out 10 years after.
Dude, I want to see
he's no longer with us.
I want to see Jay just pop out of the bush, creep up, pick that son of a bitch off, and run.
But we know.
Just don't look back. Just go.
I'm going to lift with the legs, dude. The density issue.
Boss, he's stealing me. Boss. Hey, boss. The man that just got off the plane stole me.
Boss. God,
Welcome to Fantasy
a
Island.
weird little lisp and everything.
Yeah. That was my fantasy, was to pick you up and run with you. So,
Sid writes in, Snow Day bus stop rant. Gentlemen, in reference to the Smug One's rant about current day bus stops, have no fear, sir. You are not old man or pussy, at least for this one. That shit is bona fide as fuck. I see 35 different school bus stops and 60 kids a day because I am the damn bus driver.
oh, there you go.
Of the 60 kids I have on my bus, says Sid, 2 are standing outside when I get to the stop. The rest are standing in the house when I get there. If it's cold or rainy, the 2 that are standing outside get nutty and sit in mom's car until I get there. I totally agree with his smugness on this pussification of kids. People act like I'm hitching up the team and trudging down the trail with Flossie and Gertrude on my Conestoga wagon. For fuck's sake, the bus has windows, 4 heaters, and 60 people in it. It's practically a sauna up in that bitch. That's what I remember about the bus.
Yeah.
Just being like, oh my God, can I take one of these layers off?
Totally. As soon as you got on there, you were pulling layers off.
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
I bet that takes up so much more time, too. When a bus driver pulls up and every kid is in a separate car, they're not all just waiting in a pack to just pile on the bus. And it's like, hold on, let me finish my game. I'll be out in a second. Like in the backseat of mom's car.
When I'm at the bus stop with Sweet Pie, and I know I sound like a hypocrite right now, but I'm not letting my little tiny girl go to the bus stop alone. My tiny girl.
Tiny girl.
It's literally a mile from my house, and it's on a main road. That's my reasoning. But there are literally kids who go and play. They're playing like at the closest kid's house, and they're on pogo sticks. And I'll be damned if they don't pogo 50 more times after the bus pulls up. They finish what they got to do, you know?
I mean, and I don't even blame them. I mean, who can stop? If you got a good pogo run going, you don't stop because the bus driver showed up.
Why would you?
You wouldn't.
Bone Job writes in, Dear Jay and Mike.
That guy listens still?
I work in investments and had a decent-sized deal closing Wednesday morning. Well, Bone Job.
End of the email. It just ends there.
Thanks for writing in, Bone Job.
Right.
Great to hear from you, son. Nice.
Glad you're doing well. The buyer showed up to my office and informed me that his Chase Bank was closed and he was unable to wire money. I thought there was no way, and informed him there's a giant Chase Bank on 12 Mile Northwestern. There's no way they would close. So I called the branch only to receive a recording that stated, due to inclement weather, the branch is closed. I was beside myself. They fucking work indoors. It's fucking winter in Michigan.
Yeah,
says Bone Job. As of the time of this email, Thursday afternoon, they are still closed because it is too cold to work inside. We need a goddamn war, says Bone Job, and I agree with him.
That is unbelievable.
It's getting crazy, Michael.
Yeah, it is.
Mark writes in concerning NFL refs. You'll recall the other day we had a discussion about NFL refs being tighter than they were 20, 30 years ago. Esquire, spare tire, haywire. Listening to episode 1209, and there was discussion around how refs look different now. I was on a flight, and the guy next to me had NFL logo bags, shirts, luggage tags, etc. We made small talk on what we on what we did, and he indicated he was a scout for NFL referees. He would travel around the country to football games, high school and college, and recruit refs to the NFL. If they were high schools, he would obviously try to get them on track to college and so on. And to your point, there was a certain look and fitness that was very important to him. Keep up the great work, Mark.
Really?
What a job.
That'd be cool.
Like, he's not even
a weird job.
It's actually a great job.
Yeah.
Because he's
going around scouting.
Yeah, but
you know how many new guys?
High school football games,
but no pressure.
Yeah, to E's point, there's no pressure. How many new guys are really breaking into the league? Maybe 1 or 2 a year.
Yeah, now that we've opened
that's
the
a
doors
cush
to
ass
broads,
job, right?
too. Yeah.
So you're just getting them in that line. You're just
my point though. It'd be boring as shit to go to high school games all season long. It's like, ugh.
To Mike's point, high school games suck balls, but you're just flying around the country for a guy
a lot
who loves
of worse
traveling.
jobs out there.
You're just
also,
filling
to
a
my
pipeline.
Point, to my point, there's a lot of shitty college games out there, and you're stuck watching some MAC teams go at it.
Think about how that goes down, dude. He goes to a game, and he just says like, "Oh, this ref's got it." And then once he down in the field, hey,
guy's
dude,
got the look.
You ever think about going pro?
Yeah, hands him a card with the NFL logo.
Yeah.
He's sitting up in the stands going,
I hadn't seen a young man throw a flag like that in years. You know it when you see it. The special ones stand out immediately. Holy shit, he did it again.
The holding.
Look at the flag, the way he pulls it out of his waistband and chucks it a good 15 yards. He avoids everybody. He doesn't hit anybody except his mark. This guy's a genius, talented.
Well, I mean, like the spot of the ball, just like, bam, look at how look he was on that.
No, there's a demeanor, dude. There's a demeanor that really shows, and I see this on the pitch as well.
Yeah,
soccer, you definitely see refs who just have they know what the fuck they're doing right off the bat. You know it. Others are just dumpy, just kind of jogging half-ass.
Yeah,
they don't leave the center circle really.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
Yeah, what if I know because if you see that guy's in the crowd, and he's got his binoculars and he's scouting and shit, and he's getting hard as he's like that guy just. Was a spectacular fucking throw again. Holy shit. Did that was offsides. He saw it. That was a great call. And then it's like the spot of the ball, and it's like, oh no, that's exactly where I would have spotted him. This guy is a genius.
He's got it.
What if
you ever think about going pro?
I wonder if refs know they're being watched.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask, like, what if he were to be like, he thinks the guy's got it, and he's like, you know what? He looks pretty solid. He's like, I'm gonna give this guy next to, hey dude, throw you a 50. Will you just start yelling shit at the ref and
see what he can
see if he responds?
Maybe it's just like college players, and it's like, man, I want to let you guys know there's some recruiters in the crowd.
Yeah,
coaches they're all huddled up in their little locker room there in the back before the game, and thought I saw some recruiters out there, some ref recruiters, and then that would change everything. You'd rather not know they're there, wouldn't you?
For sure.
Be you, be natural, go out there. Dominate.
But then you always
have
to be on. Just assume they're always there. Assume you're always being watched.
Yeah. Some guy's having a brilliant game, and then he's sprinting down the sidelines. That backwards one, he trips over something, blows a hole. Then you just see like 4 scouts get up in the stands and walk out. Fucking this guy's. He doesn't have. I thought he had it, but he doesn't.
Aaron writes in regarding listener Geoff's email from yesterday or the other day where he was bragging about going 120 in his little dinghy. So this refers to that hydroplane guy. We showed the picture. It's a pretty sweet boat. While 120 mph sounds impressive, what kind of maritime navigator states his speed and land speed measurements?
Kilometers per hour, right?
No, you go knots.
Knots.
The proper manner in which you should state speed of a marine vessel is in knots. Duh. In this speed measurement, he's going 104 knots. Oh, that sounds less impressive. I see what's going on here. If Geoff just wanted to dazzle you with big numbers, you should have gone 176 feet per second, FPSs.
Yeah.
Or 193 kilometers per hour for the Canadian listener. Or he could have gone 126,720 inches per hour.
Yeah.
Now, to be clear, Geoff sounds like a madman captaining one of those death rides at 104 knots. That speed, when coupled with an aptly timed gust of wind, equals a few seconds of glorious flight and a trip to the hospital or cemetery.
Yeah.
The man's got balls. He just appears to be trying to pull wool and or proverbial flap his proverbially. We'll say that.
Proverbially.
Proverbially.
Proverbial.
Proverbially. For proverbial.
One of us has to get it. Proverbially.
You're the lawyer, man.
Proverbial. Yeah.
No, you got this. Hold on.
Proverbially. That's close.
That was
Stick with that.
close.
We'll go with that.
Try philanthropist.
God, philanthropist. I can't do it.
No,
man.
it's close. You're so close.
I cannot say that freaking word.
No, you don't, dude. Not with that attitude. Philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
Well done. Finally. See? Little effort. It comes out perfect every time.
To Aaron's point, what he's saying is Geoff just appears to be trying to pull wool or to flop his dick out on the table to impress everybody.
Yeah.
Dude, I looked this up just to see if 120 mpHs means anything in the hydro world. It doesn't.
Oh, wow. Well, look.
I believe the fastest is like 285 or closer to 300.
To your point, over time, Geoffs with a G, we have always said, cannot be trusted, and this is just further proof. So, I mean, what would you expect, right?
He's pulling wool with 120 mpHs.
Yeah.
But look, man.
Honestly, I didn't say anything at the time, but I was like, 120.
Yeah. It looked like kind of a wee boat, honestly.
It looked like it was fast.
Yeah, no question. But it looked like a weer hydroplane than I'd ever see. So
I mean, my car does 120.
Must be some class of.
My car sucks and it does 120. Yeah. So, his is meant to be fast and.
It's 120.
Whatever.
Same as Mike's shitty car.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we'll save the rest for next week.
In comparison to a speedboat. All right, what are we gonna do? Super Bowl. I think we're gonna take the day, enjoy the Super Bowl, and then come here Monday morning early and do a show. So if you're looking for a show to drop Monday morning, it might be a little delayed, but I think we're I just haven't liked doing the show at 3 a.m. the last couple of years, but so
that's right.
That's what we're gonna do, and so everyone have a great weekend. And do you guys want to make predictions on the Super Bowl at all?
Dude, I'll just assume Brady's going to win it. I don't know.
Okay, good guess.
I don't know anything about either team.
It's confident. The way you deliver that with confidence.
I know Tom Brady is on one of the teams. I think his team's going to win.
I mean, I'm pulling for them. It's no secret that I cheer for the Brady and the Pats.
One last time, philanthropist, just for the weekend.
Philanthropist.
One more try. Come on.
No, you said one more.
No, you got this, dude. Come on.
One more.
That was pretty good. You're getting so good at this, dude.
No, you fucking said one more. You're a liar.
Philanthropist.
Whatever.
Listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening, and as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen, you guys.